Beneath the familiar maps and satellite images lies another Earth, a realm untouched by human hands, where nature guards its deepest secrets. Here, mountains rise like the bones of ancient giants, cloaked in clouds that never lift. Lakes shimmer with colors too strange to name, as if they hold the sky's forgotten dreams. Winds sculpt endless dunes into shifting oceans of gold. Ice caves glow with a light born from 1,000 winters. This is not the Earth of crowded shores or bustling valleys. This is the Earth that still breathes in silence. A planet where the sun paints the horizon in fire, where rivers vanish into stone labyrinths, and where night brings skies so thick with stars they seem to press down upon the land. Today, we journey into this secret planet, through deserts that bloom without warning, mountains that hum in the wind, and waters that mirror eternity itself. Step quietly. The Earth's last mysteries are listening. At the heart of the Bolivian highlands, where the air thins and the horizon stretches into eternity, lies a place that feels less like Earth and more like the dream of a sleeping sky. Salar de Uyuni, a salt flat so immense it swallows all sense of distance, dissolving the line between land and heavens. In the rainy season, a fragile skin of water drapes over the salt, transforming the ground into the largest mirror on the planet. Clouds drift not only above, but beneath your feet, their shapes rippling with the faintest breeze. Mountains appear to float, untethered, their reflections perfect and undisturbed. The world here becomes infinite, a seamless loop of sky upon sky, as if you've stepped into the very seam between reality and illusion. The light shifts with the passing hours. Mornings bathe the flats in soft silver. Midday turns them into a white fire beneath the sun, and twilight stains them in lavender and gold. Silence reigns here, so deep you can almost hear the breath of the wind moving across the plains. This is a place untouched by the noise of time. It is the stillness before creation, the echo of a world yet to be named. A mirror, not only for the sky, but for the soul. In the heart of a sun-scorched desert, hidden among canyons and silent plains, lies a sculpture born not from human hands, but from time itself. The wave, a frozen tide of sandstone, carved over millions of years by wind and water, each curve a whisper from an age-long past. The ground here rolls in liquid shapes, yet it is stone. Swirls of crimson, amber, and soft ivory twist together like brushstrokes on an ancient canvas. At dawn, the first light spills across the ridges, setting the red tones aglow, a quiet fire stretching across the desert floor. By noon, the heat deepens the golds, and shadows curl into the hollows, giving the stone the illusion of movement. The air is still. Every step feels like entering a cathedral of earth, where silence is sacred, and the only hymn is the whisper of the wind tracing the rock's surface. The ridges rise and fall like the swells of a sleeping ocean, pulling the eye deeper into the labyrinth. Here, you are surrounded by a landscape that blurs the line between solid and fluid, permanence and change. The wave is not just a place to see, it is a place to drift, as if you're walking through the Earth's own dream. Beneath the vast white expanse of Europe's largest glacier lies a hidden world, a realm of frozen light and ancient silence. The Vatnajökull ice caves are not carved by hands, but by the slow, patient breath of meltwater, winding through the glacier's heart for centuries. Stepping inside feels like entering the chambers of a crystal cathedral. Walls of pure ice rise around you, smooth and curved, their surfaces catching the light and bending it into shades of deep sapphire, electric blue, and translucent silver. The ceiling shimmers as sunlight filters through meters of compressed ice, each beam fractured into 1,000 shimmering threads. The air is sharp and clean. Softly, a reminder that even in its frozen stillness, the glacier is alive, slowly shifting, breathing, changing. These caves are fleeting. Each winter reshapes them, each summer erases them. Yet, for a brief moment, they exist in perfection. An untouched sanctuary of ice and light, where time feels suspended, and the earth whispers in the language of frost. High in the thin air of the Peruvian Andes, where clouds drift low enough to brush your skin, a mountain rises like a living canvas. Vinicunca, the Rainbow Mountain, wears its colors in sweeping bands, each layer a veil of earth laid down over millions of years. Crimson bleeds into gold, gold melts into turquoise, and soft lavender fades into the pale gray of ancient stone. The wind here carries a hollow, whispering tone, as if echoing through the ribs of the mountain itself. It weaves between ridges and over open slopes, brushing against the mineral-rich soil that gives Vinicunca its impossible palette. When the light shifts, as the sun emerges from cloud or sinks toward the horizon, the colors deepen, changing from gentle pastels to bold, living hues. Mist curls along the slopes, hiding and revealing the mountain's face like a shy performer behind shifting curtains. In the still moments between gusts, the silence feels infinite, broken only by the faint flutter of the wind. Vinicunca stands as both a monument to geological time and a reminder of nature's artistry. Here, in this quiet realm above the world, the earth has painted itself in colors that feel not of this planet, but of a dream. Deep in the limestone heart of southern France, the land splits open into a vast chasm. The Verdon Gorge, where cliffs of pale stone rise like weathered fortresses on either side of a river the color of polished jade. The water winds far below, its surface catching the sunlight in shifting ripples, as if carrying fragments of the sky within its depths. From above, the canyon unfurls like a green ribbon slicing through the bones of the earth. Sheer rock walls plunge hundreds of meters down, their surfaces etched by centuries of wind and rain. In the morning, mist clings to the cliff edges, drifting lazily over the abyss before dissolving in the warmth of the sun. The sound here is a layered symphony, the distant rush of the river echoing between the walls, the faint cry of a bird spiraling high above, the sigh of wind sliding over stone. Light dances across the water, shifting from emerald to turquoise to a glassy silver as clouds pass overhead. In its stillness, the Verdon Gorge feels untouched, eternal, a place where water and rock have been locked in quiet conversation for millions of years, the sculpting of beauty in silence, hidden from the noise of the world. In the far reaches of Inner Mongolia, the desert rises in waves of gold, dunes so immense they tower like mountains, their crests drawn sharp against an endless sky. This is the Badain Jaran, home to the tallest stationary dunes on Earth, where the wind writes and rewrites the landscape in an endless act of creation. The sand here is alive with sound. When the wind sweeps over the ridges, it hums in a low, resonant voice, as if the desert itself is breathing. Sometimes, the movement of grains cascading down a slope sends a deep, droning song into the air. a sound that can carry for miles across the emptiness. It is haunting, ancient, and strangely human in its tone, as though the desert remembers. Scattered among the dunes, lakes appear like pieces of fallen sky, their surfaces still and glassy beneath the burning sun. Some are fringed with reeds, others lie in complete silence, reflecting only the shifting clouds above. In this vast, unbroken expanse, there is no horizon, only the rise and fall of sand, the shimmer of heat, and the voice of the wind. The Badain Jaran is not just a desert, it is a living instrument, an endless ocean of gold that sings its song to the open sky. Where the sea meets the sky in a haze of silver mist, 1,000 limestone towers rise from emerald waters. Ha Long Bay is a world shaped by patience, each pillar carved by the slow work of wind, rain, and tide until it stands like a sentinel in the stillness. The water here glows with a deep, translucent green, shifting in shade as the light moves across the day. At dawn, the bay lies in hushed shadow, the karsts emerging as dark silhouettes through the morning veil. By midday, sunlight spills over their cliffs, revealing streaks of moss, hidden coves, and caves yawning like gateways into another realm. Mist drifts through the maze, weaving between the towers, making islands appear and vanish as if the sea itself is hiding them. In the quiet, you can hear the soft lap of water against stone, the distant call of seabirds circling high above, the echo of your own breath carried back to you from unseen walls. Ha Long Bay feels infinite, a labyrinth without beginning or end, a place where every turn reveals another secret, another shape, another island rising from the depths like the memory of a forgotten world. Beneath a canopy of limestone cliffs and dense green forest lies an entrance into darkness, a black mouth where a river disappears into the earth. The Puerto Princesa underground river flows for miles beneath the rock, carving silent cathedrals in the stone. Inside, the air is cool and damp, heavy with the scent of minerals and ancient water. The walls rise in vast columns, their shapes sculpted over countless centuries by the slow passage of the river. When light touches the rock, veins of crystal catch it and scatter it in faint, star-like glimmers. In the stillness, it feels as though you are drifting through the galaxy, a river of stars etched in stone. The only sounds are the gentle dip of water against the boat's hull and the distant echo of droplets falling from the unseen ceiling. Shadows shift along the walls, dancing with the movement of your light, revealing arches, spires, and chambers that seem too perfect to be real. Here, in this hidden world beneath the forest, the river moves without hurry, carrying with it the memory of the ocean it will one day meet, and the quiet, eternal beauty of a realm untouched by the sky. At the meeting point of three nations, a mountain rises from the jungle like the prow of a forgotten ship, vast, sheer, and older than almost anything that walks the earth. Mount Roraima is no ordinary peak. Its cliffs fall away in vertical walls, vanishing into a sea of clouds, while its summit lies flat, an island in the sky. Up here, the air is thin and clean, carrying the cool breath of the heavens. The plateau stretches in a strange, otherworldly expanse, its surface broken by pools of rainwater that mirror the drifting clouds above. Strange rock formations stand like ancient sentinels, carved by wind and endless rain into shapes that defy imagination. When sunrise comes, the mist parts like a lifting curtain. The first light pours across the plateau, painting it in gold while the clouds below catch fire in shades of crimson and rose. From the edge, the view falls away into infinity. A drop so sheer, it feels as though the earth simply ends. Mount Roraima is not just a mountain. It is a world apart, untouched and unreachable. A place where time has slowed to the pace of stone and sky. Standing here feels like standing at the edge of forever.